Hey everybody, how you doing? You guys know I'm a bike nerd and I'm always seeing videos about bike geometry explained. Well, one thing I want to go over with you guys today is how our bike frame's actually designed. Nobody talks about this. When you're designing a bicycle frame, any kind of bicycle, the first thing you do is draw a line from the center of the axle to the center of the axle. That is your starting point. You've got to work on the X plane and the Y plane. Now with road bikes, mountain bikes, the bottom bracket drops below. With a BMX frame, the bottom bracket drops above that horizontal line. So once you know where the axles are, the next thing you're going to do is locate your bottom bracket. The bottom bracket, as I said, on a BMX bike has a rise. It's a little bit above that horizontal line from axle to axle. So you figure out that vertical height of the bottom bracket. Next, you look at a chainstay length, center of the bottom bracket to center of axle. Now you have your X and Y coordinate. You can locate your bottom bracket. From there, you go up the seat tube. So you set, as on this bike, a 71-degree angle. You come up 8.5-inch rise on this bike. Now you've got your seat tube location. From there, you can start building forward and back. Your top tube length comes into play. So this is 20.5 inches forward. You got 20.5 inches forward. Now your head tube. Where's your head tube going to be? That measurement comes from the center of the axle to the bottom of the headset bearing, the crown race. So the axle to crown race length determines the height of your head tube. That has to be a set number. Different companies have a different length fork. Some are 3 millimeters longer, 4 millimeters longer, some are a little shorter. That has to be a standard number. So it gives you the proper angle, proper head tube position. Again, if the axle to crown length on this was a 1/2 inch longer, my 75 head tube degree angle just became a 73 head tube degree angle. So you start off, locate the bottom bracket, go up the seat tube, come forward on the X axis. The Y axis is set by the axle to crown height. So now you've got your head tube placement. From there, you just fill in the gaps. One of the things that I would like to say is, now that you understand how a bicycle frame is designed, you can understand how the geometry works into it. And one of the other things I want to talk about real quick is seat tube angle. This has a 71 seat tube angle. Some bikes have a 72, some bikes have a 69, a little further forward or back. I don't ride a BMX bike like this. I ride like this. I'm standing up on the pedal. In grown-up cycling, they have a measurement, the actual top tube length, the effective top tube, which is a horizontal line, center of steer tube to center of seat tube. That one's good when you're sitting down. The measurement BMX bikes really should be measured by is what's called reach. If you come straight up from the center of the bottom bracket to the center of the steer tube, that's the reach. If you come straight up from the bottom bracket to the center of there, how you're actually standing on the bike and riding, that's the distance that matters. So your 69-degree seat tube or 75-degree seat tube, it's not going to change the reach measurement. Okay, so when you guys get real nuts about top tube lengths going, that's an 1/8 of an inch too long or too short, think about this. It's where you're standing, more importantly than where the seat is behind you. Unless you're riding down sitting, or unless you're an old guy holding the seat with your legs when you're doing a no-hander or a bar spin, you're not really going to make or notice any difference. So that's my real quick technical explanation of how a frame is designed. That will help you understand the geometry and what you need from a bike when you're looking at a bike's geometry chart. Thanks.